Since her earnings over the last year were published in July, Zoe Ball has spoken out about being the highest paid woman at the BBC. The former Strictly, It Takes Two presenter has been the host of the Radio 2 breakfast show for just over 3 years. The published salaries of the highest-earning stars at the BBC also revealed that Zoe had taken a drop in pay since the 2019 to 2020 financial year. While she earned around £1.36 million in 2019 to 2020, the star's earnings dropped to around £1.13 million and then again to £980,000 in 2022. The BBC reported that 2020 was the first time Zoe's income dropped below £1.3 million since taking over the breakfast show. Regardless of the drop in her earnings, Zoe is still the second highest earning star, with Gary Lineker, Match of the Day presenter, taking top place. Gary's earnings for 2021 to 2022 were reportedly around £1.35 million, lower than his 2020 to 2021 figure of £1.36 million and his 2019 to 2020 earnings of £1.75 million. Since being revealed as the highest-earning woman at the broadcaster, the presenter has been notably quiet and explained why to Radio Times. She said, "I don't think it's something I want to weighing on about too much at the moment. People are going through a tough old time. It's never an easy thing to discuss, but it's part of the job. And I'm very grateful." Following Zoe, the next highest paid woman at the BBC is Fiona Bruce, earning half as much as her radio colleague. The Question Time presenter earned roughly £410,000 in 2021 to 2022, slightly higher than her 2020 to 2021 salary of roughly £405,000. Although Zoe has only held her current position since the start of 2019, she had a long and varied career within the BBC to back her paycheck with. She originally started her media career on screen, becoming a regular host on BBC shows in the 1990s. Don't Miss, Zoe then went to radio in 1997 as the co-host of the Radio 1 breakfast show with Kevin Greening, and later became the sole host. The presenter took a hiatus from her career to start a family at the turn of the century and was succeeded on Radio 1 by Sarah Cox. The 51-year-old returned to radio in mid-2002 with XFM and eventually went back to BBC Radio in 2007. Over the next few years, Zoe largely worked as a relief presenter at BBC radio stations, including covering for Chris Evans on the Radio 2 breakfast show on multiple occasions. She received a permanent slot on Radio 2 on Saturday afternoons and in 2019 was announced by Chris Evans as his successor on the early morning show. Zoe's tenure as breakfast host started in January 2019 while Rylan Clark-Neal took over the Saturday afternoon slot. In the Radio Times interview, Zoe assured fans that she is not going anywhere yet, but admitted cancel culture is a real fear for her. She said, "I always say to Greg James, I've not been cancelled today. So I'm there at the moment, fingers crossed. It's such a great job and I always feel like I will do a job for as long as I'm happy."